Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Manisha Gupta ACCA. I am again back with a new video from the section C of performance management. So if you guys are preparing for PM for upcoming attempt, this video is going to be useful. So in today's video, we are going to solve question named TR company, which has been asked in September-December 2017 attempt. Okay, so now as we start reading from the requirement, so let's read the requirement first. The requirement is calculate the optimum profit maximizing selling price for Parpapain and the resulting annual profit which TR company will make from charging this price. So this question belong from the topic demand function, demand equation. Remember guys, so this is for the 12 marks. It's only calculation part, it carry 12 marks out of 20. And the part B, they are asking to discuss and recommend whether market penetration or market skimming would be the most suitable pricing strategy for TR company when launching the new anti-malaria drug. So it's for the 8 marks. So guys, it is very important to understand the verbs, what the examiner expect if they are using the verb here, discuss and recommend. I have made a separate video on this topic, so you can just search over the playlist available on my YouTube channel. So it's very important to understand what the examiner expect if they are saying to discuss or to recommend. Okay, and for the part B, only discussion and recommendation part carry out 8 marks. So guys, if you only discuss and don't recommend the strategy what they have been asked here, in that case you will lose the mark which has been allocated for the recommendation. So it's very important to equally, you need to focus on both of this verb, and while answering the question you need to recommend as well. So if you're not, you will definitely lose your mark. Okay, so only 2 requirements, one for the 12 marks, other for the 8. And I think part A is very easy if you know the calculation part and if you are confident as well. So now let's read the scenario, then we will come back again on this requirement. So TR company is pharmaceutical company which which researches, develops and manufacture a wide range of drugs. So one of these drugs is Parapain, is a pain relief drug used for treatment of headache, and until last month TR company had a patent on the Parapain which prevented other company from manufacturing it. So basically TR company is a pharmaceutical company which they used to do research as well as develop and manufacture, if that research went successful, and on the wide range of drug. And one of the drug which they have researched and developed and manufacture is Parapain, so which is a kind of a painkiller used for treatment of headache. And in the last month TR company patent for the Parapain which prevent other company for manufacturing it. Until last month TR company had a patent. Oh, that means license has been expired, what I understand from this sentence. So again let's read this sentence again. Until last month TR company had a patent on a Parapain which prevented other company from manufacturing it. So up till last month, so obviously patent is an intangible asset and it might have useful lives, right? So the patent has been expired on the last month. So what the patent used to do, it just prevent the other company to manufacture this drug Parapain. Okay, the patent has now expired, as I said, and several competitors have already entered the market with a similar version of Parapain which are made using the same active ingredient. So now as the license has been expired, the competitor around the TR company has started manufacturing the similar kind of drug as of Parapain. So and using the same kind of ingredient. TR company is reviewing its pricing policy in the light of changing market. It has carried out some of the market research in an attempt to establish an optimum price for paraben. So now TR company is planning to recheck their pricing policy of this drug, and even they started to carry out market research, okay, to find out the optimum price. The research has established that for every 2 decrease in price, demand would be expected to increase by 5,000 batches, with a maximum demand for paraffin being 1 million batches. So basically, they are just suggesting if we will decrease the price by 2 for the paraffin, the expected demand would be increased by 5,000. See, you should carefully read this sentence whether the question is saying by 5,000 or to 5,000. So to and by will change the meaning of the question. So it's very important while you are reading this kind of changes whether they are saying by 5,000 or to 5,000, okay, with a maximum demand for paraffin being 1 million batches. Alright, I hope यहाँ तक सब clear है. So each batches of paraffin is currently made using the following materials: material Z and material Y. So basically this is a cost card. We can say that if we are producing the one batch of paraffin, so it will require 500 gram of material Z, and which cost $0.10 per gram. Similarly, for material Y, we need 300 gram of material Y, which costs around 0.50 per gram. So each batch of paraffin require 20 minutes of machine time to make, and variable running cost from machine time are 6 per hour. And the fixed production overhead cost is expected to be 2 per batch for the period based on the budgeted production level of 250,000 batches. The skilled workers have working on paraffin until now being moved on to the production of TR company new and unique anti-malaria drug, which cost millions of dollars to the develop. So basically now the whatever the skilled worker which was working on paraffin has now been shifted to the other product, that is the anti-malaria drug, which cost around $1 million to develop. TR company obtained a patent for this revolutionary drug, and it is expected to save millions of lives. No other similar drug exists, and whether demand levels are unknown. The launch of the drug is eagerly anticipated all over the world. Agency staff who are completely new to the production of paraffin, and the cost 18 per hour, will be bought in to produce paraffin for the foreseeable future. Experience has shown that there will be significant learning curve involved in making the paraffin, as it is extremely difficult to handle. The first batches of paraffin made using one of the agency workers took 5 hours to make. However, it is believed that 80% of learning curve exists in relation to the production of the drug, and this will continue until the first 1,000 batch have been completed. So now question has created lots of twist here. So as they have been asked the question from the demand function, demand equation, but somehow they have also introduced the topic learning curve. Okay, and also there are lots of information given for the learning curve calculation, and in the last they are also saying that learning curve will be applicable until the 1,000 batches. Okay, that means after 1,000 batches our learning curve or the time which the worker will take will be same as of the they have taken for the 1,000 batches. TR company management has said that any pricing decision about paraffin should be based on the time it takes to make the 1,000th batches of the drug, and they have also provided learning coefficient, that is a B value minus 0.321928. Okay, so now we have to calculate the optimum selling price for the paraffin and resulting annual profit if the company sold paraffin at this price which we have calculated earlier. Okay, and they have also provided the formula. So let's move to other calculation. I hope you somehow got to know the background, what the company is doing, trying to do, and the lots of things, information they have been already provided in the information. Now it's time to perform the calculation, which carry 12 marks. Okay. So now let's move to the calculation part. For the part A, as read earlier, the question is saying to calculate optimum selling price for the paraffin and the resulting annual profit if the company is going to charge this price. So there are two requirements in this particular part A. So to secure or grab the 12 marks or maximum marks, you need to calculate the optimum selling price as well as annual profit. So if you will miss anyone, you are not going to get the full marks here. Okay, now and they also provided the note where they are saying if P equal to A minus BQ, then MR equal to A minus 2BQ. So indirectly they are saying to use the algebraic approach. Remember, there are two kind of approach to solve and to find out this selling price, right? So question is saying to use algebraic approach. In algebraic approach, how we find the optimum selling price? There are certain steps that we need to follow up. The first step is to establish the demand equation, that is P equal to A minus BQ, which is given in the question as well. So what is the P here? P is the selling price, optimum selling price, which we need to calculate, which the question have asked us to calculate, right? Now Q is the quantity demanded at price P. So that means if we are charging the selling price P, what would be our quantity demanded? Remember, there is inverse relationship between price and demand. Okay, and A is the intercept, that is the theoretically maximum selling price where our demand will be 0. Obviously, if we will charge a very high price, our demand will be 0. Whereas B is the gradient, that means change in the price divided by change in the quantity. It is always negative, but while performing the calculation, we used to ignore this sign, negative sign. Alright. And if we know the Q, P and B, we can easily find out the A. Okay, no doubt we can easily find out the A, that is the theoretical maximum price where our demand will be 0. And after that, next step is to find out the marginal revenue. And how can we find the marginal revenue? It is already given in the question as well. MR equal to A minus 2BQ. Okay. So we are just doubling the slope from the demand function. Okay, demand equation. Now next step is to find out the marginal cost, which will be equal to the variable cost per unit. And in third step, we will equate the MR equal to MC. Why? Because this is a point where profit is maximum. And after equating, we will find out the Q value, and which we will substitute in the equation step 1 to find out the selling price. So this is a step that we need to follow to perform the calculation which has been asked in the part A. So now let's have the step by step approach to find out the selling price. So here is the first step I have done for you. So you need to clearly mention the which part of the question you guys are doing. So I have mentioned requirement 1. So here what we need to calculate. We need to calculate the optimum selling price, and they also suggested to use the algebraic approach. So in algebraic approach, first step is to find out the demand equation function, that is the P equal to A minus BQ, right? And now second step is to find out the value of B. And how can we find out the value of B? So let me mention the step. So step 2, demand curve or equation, anything you can say, demand curve, which is P equal to A minus BQ. Now step 2 is to find out value of V. And how can we find the value of B? So formula was change in price divided by change in quantity, and it is always in negative. Remember, as I said earlier, but while performing the calculation we used to ignore this negative sign. So in question they already said that if the price will decrease by 2, demand would be expected to the increase by 5,000 batches. Remember, they already say. So that's why I said you guys just have a look whether the question is saying buy or to, because change meaning will change. If they have said if price increase to this much or the quantity decrease to this much, in that case we need to find out the changes by comparing the current and the previous prices and or as well as quantity to find out the changes. But here they are saying the question already mentioned that the price will decrease by 2, and whereas our quantity demanded will increase by 5,000. So they already provided us the changes in the price and the changes in the quantity. So we will simply take this value. So 2 will divide by 5,000 and it will be in the negative, that is your b equal to minus 0.004. Okay, so as I said it will always in the negative. Okay, but while performing the calculation we will ignore it. So I have ignored this negative sign and put the value of b in the step 1 demand curve, that is the p equal to a minus 0.004 q. Now second step 2 is to find the a of demand curve. Okay, so here what was the a? Theoretical maximum price where demand is 0. We need to find out this price. Sorry, we need to find out this value of a. So here the question has also mentioned that the maximum demand for paraffin will be the 1 million batches. So that means if we are having the price 0, the quantity demanded will be 1 million. And so now we will substitute this p equal to 0 and q equal to 1 million back to the step 2 equation which we have done earlier. So now we will get the value of a. If we will substitute p equal to 0 and q equal to 1 million, we will get the value of a equal to 400. That means at selling price 400 our quantity demanded will be 0. Alright, so now our equation demand function will be p equal to 400 minus 0.0004 q. Alright, up to here I hope it is clear. Now next step was to find the marginal revenue. And how can we find the marginal revenue? MR equal to A minus 2BQ. So we already calculate the value of A and B. So now we will just put it here. So now MR will be equal to 400 minus 0.008 Q. Okay, now next step is to find out the variable cost per unit. So I have already calculated the variable cost. Why we are calculating the variable cost per unit? Because we need to find out the marginal cost. And what is the marginal cost? It is equal to the variable cost per unit. There are lots of variable cost given here like material, labor. So for material jade, they said that one batch will use 500 gram and they also provided the cost that is the 0.10 per gram. So if we will multiply these two, we will get the total cost, that is the 50. Okay, and then for material Y as well, they said that 300 gram will be used in each batch, whereas the cost is 0.5 per gram. So if we will multiply these two, we will get the 150. Okay, 150 per batches. So and the next they also said that the variable running cost for the machine is 6 per hour, and whereas one batch required 20 minutes. So we will convert this 20 minute into the hour. And how can we do that? By dividing 20 with 60. 20 divided by 60, it will give the 20 minute in terms of hour, and we already know how much per hour cost is, so which is 6, and then we will multiplying 6 into 20 divided by 60, we will get the variable cost of 2 per batch, and this is the variable cost of running machine. Alright, I hope यहाँ तक clear है सबको. Now next is labor cost, and where for this labor cost I have done some working, but before that let's have a look on what the question has said earlier. Okay, from here. So now they are saying they will hire a agency staff who are completely new to the production of paraffin, and they will cost around 18 per hour. Okay, so they will be bought. This labor will be hired to produce the paraffin for the foreseeable future. And experience has shown that there will be significant learning curve involved in the making paraffin, as it is extremely difficult to handle. Obviously, if the process is complex, in that case there will be like learning curve kind of things, like whatever the time the labor is taking initially to make this product, later on they will take a very less time. This is how learning curve works. So, and they also said that the first batch of paraffin made using one of the agency worker took a 5 hours to make. However, it is believed that 80% learning curve exists in relation to the production of this drug, and this will continue until the first 1,000 batch have been completed. Okay, so basically, as I said earlier as well, so there is learning curve which is 80%, and this will be applicable till 1,000 batch. So after that, whatever the batch we will produce, they will have a same time, they will incur the same time as of they have produced 1,000 यूनिट. मतलब जो हम लोग ने 1,000 यूनिट, यहाँ पे टोटल की बात नहीं हो रही है, 1,000 नंबर की बात हो रही है. सो 1,000 नंबर पे जितना हमारा टाइम लगा होगा, वही टाइम इट विल टेक द सेम टाइम फॉर द रेस्ट ऑफ द यूनिट, रेस्ट ऑफ द बैचेस वी विल प्रोड्यूस आफ्टर 1,000. Okay. Okay. So that means we need to calculate the cost for the 1,000 batch. 1,000 batch. And how can we calculate? Remember the formula of learning curve, that is the y equal to a into x to the power b. Right. So y is your cumulative average time per unit to produce the x unit. So if we are calculating the learning curve for 1,000 batch, so according to that, y is your on an average time it will take to produce the 1,000 unit. Okay, for example, I said, and A is the time taken for the first unit of output, which is already given in the question, that is the 5 hours. So first batch of paraffin made using the one of the agency worker took the 5 hours to make. So A is already given. Now x is the cumulative number of unit produced. So as I said, if we are calculating the value for the 1,000, so it will be the 1,000. X will be 1,000. And B is the index of learning, that is your log r divided by log 2, and log r is your learning percentage, which is already given in the question. See, by using the calculator also you can calculate the log value, or by using the Excel you can also calculate the log. And how can we do that? I will show you for the log 2. So we will go to the cell, then type equal to, then log, then bracket, we will have a 2. If we need a value of log 2, then we need to do comma, then again we need to type 10. It is a base, so base, and then we will close the bracket, and then we will divide. So then we will press enter. This will give us the value of log 2. Similarly, if we are calculating the value of log 0.8, so we will again press equal to, then type log bracket, then we will have 0.8 comma base 10, and we will close the bracket and press the enter. So it will give the value for the log 0.8, that means 80% learning rate. Okay, but question they already have provided the value, we don't need to calculate the same. All right, so now we need the labor cost, and labor cost will be the same as of what it has taken to produce 1,000 यूनिट. मतलब जो 1,000 यूनिट बनाने के लिए हमको टाइम लगा होगा, वही टाइम बाकी जो यूनिट जो हम 1,000 के बाद बनाएंगे, लाइक 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, उन लोग को भी सेम टाइम लगेगा. सो हम लोग को क्या कैलकुलेट करना है, 1,000 यूनिट को कितना टाइम लगा, वो कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे. सो पहले हम लोग एवरेज टाइम निकालेंगे 1,000 का, देन वी विल मल्टीप्लाई इट बाय 1,000. ठीक है, एवरेज टाइम कैसे निकालेंगे, एवरेज टाइम होगा आपका 5 इंटू 1000 का पावर बी में क्या दिया था क्वेश्चन में 0.321928. ओके, सो ये करेंगे तो एवरेज आएगा एंड देन अगेन वी विल मल्टीप्लाई बाय 1000, सो इट विल गिव द टोटल टाइम टेकन फॉर द 1000 बैच. मैंने ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे कर रखा है, ठीक है. तो मैंने यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी 1000 से मल्टीप्लाई किया. अगर 1000 से मल्टीप्लाई नहीं करती सो इट विल बी द एवरेज टाइम रिक्वायर्ड टू प्रोड्यूस द 1000 बैचेस. So now if I am multiplying it with 1000, that means it is a total time for the 1000 batches. उसके बाद 1000 के एक नीचे का बैच दैट इज 999, उसका एवरेज टाइम निकालेंगे और एवरेज टाइम में 99 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो इट विल गिव अस टोटल टाइम. सो मैंने यहाँ पे वो भी कर लिया है. ये इतना पार्ट आपका एवरेज टाइम देगा एंड 999 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो 999 का टोटल टाइम देगा. सो ये डिफरेंस जो होगा ना इट विल बी टाइम टेकन फॉर 1000 बैचेस. सो 1000 नंबर की बात कर रही थी ना मैं उस टाइम से 1000 नंबर यस. सो मैं ये 1000 बैच की बात कर रही हूँ. इन दोनों का जो डिफरेंस होगा इट इज एडिशनल टाइम टेकन बाय कंपनी टू प्रोड्यूस द 1000 बैचेस. ये तो हमारा क्यूमुलेटिव टोटल टाइम हो गया 1000 बैचेस के लिए. अगर हम लोगों ने 1000 बैच बनाया तो टोटल में कितना टाइम लगा 540. ये कैसे आया 1000 से मल्टीप्लाई करने के बाद. अगर नहीं करते तो वो हमारा एवरेज टाइम था. ऑन एन एवरेज 1000 बैच के लिए इतना लगा कह के हम लोग बोल सकते थे, ठीक है. सो हम लोग ने अब 1000 का निकाला फिर 999 का निकाला एंड डिफरेंस विल बी द टाइम टेकन फॉर द 1000th बैचेस, ठीक है. अब हमको कॉस्ट भी दिया था क्वेश्चन में दैट इज द 18, ठीक है. 18 पर आवर दे आर गोइंग टू पे टू द लेबर. सो अगर 18 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो इट विल गिव अस 6.60. तो मैंने लेबर का कॉस्ट भी यहाँ रख दिया है. सो इन टोटल हमारा वेरिएबल कॉस्ट क्या हो गया 208.6. ऑलराइट, अब हम फिफ्थ स्टेप में क्या करेंगे एम आर इक्वल टू एम सी. एम आर हम लोग ने ऑलरेडी निकाला हुआ था 400 माइनस 0.008 क्यू इक्वल टू एम सी. एम सी मतलब वेरिएबल कॉस्ट जो ऑलरेडी निकाल चुके हैं 208.6, ठीक है. ये करने के बाद वी विल गेट द वैल्यू ऑफ क्यू एंड क्यू का वैल्यू इज 2329245 क्वांटिटी, ठीक है. 2329245 क्वांटिटी. ये कैसे निकाला इनको सॉल्व करके, ठीक है. ये आप भी कर सकते हो. ओके और अभी क्वेश्चन खत्म भी नहीं हुई है बिकॉज क्वेश्चन से टू कैलकुलेट द सेलिंग प्राइस we only calculate the quantity but now we need to calculate the selling price. And वो कैसे calculate करेंगे? Now we will put this value of key in the step 1 and we can find it out. So we already know the A, we already know the B and also we calculated the Q. We can easily get the value of P and which is 304.3. Okay, so this is the one part of the part A, because in part A there are two things we need to calculate. One is the selling price for the paraffin and other is the resulting profit if company will sold paraffin at this price. Okay, so that part is remaining. Let's perform that part as well. So now I have calculated the profit as well. And how I have done this? So first we need to calculate the revenue. So we know the selling price, that is the 304.3, and we also know the how much quantity we will sold at this selling price, that is the 239,245. So multiplying these two will provide the figure of 72,802,743. All right, now variable cost, we know the quantity we are going to produce, and we also calculated the variable cost per unit in the step 4, that is 208.60. So if we will multiply this 208.60 with 2329245, we will get this variable cost. So now subtracting the revenue with variable cost, we will get our contribution. And in question they mention the fixed cost as well, which is the 2 per batches, and this is based on the budgeted production level of 250,000 batches. So multiplying these two will give our fixed cost, which is the 500k, and here is the profit which question has asked you to calculate at the selling price of 304.3. All right, so this is only for 12 marks and it's very easy. easy marks. So only challenging part will be the learning curve one. But if you guys are confident with the calculation, it is very easy to solve. All right, so it's for 12 marks. Now, part B. The part B says to discuss and recommend whether the market penetration or market skimming would be the most suitable pricing strategy for the TR company when launching the new anti-malaria drug. So, as mentioned in the question, that the TR company is planning to launch anti-malaria drug. So, they just asking you to evaluate whether the market penetration or market skimming will be the right strategy. So, you need to discuss as well as provide the recommendation. So both of the things you need to do. So guys, for part B, I have solved here. So you can read it. So I have started by describing the market penetration and where this strategy will be suitable. So what is the market penetration? So basically it is a strategy where company will set the low selling price and aim to achieve the higher sales volume. Why company is doing so? To attract the customer. Obviously, if the selling price will be lower, the customer will be attracted, and the more customer will be buying that particular item, and company will gain the market share. How? By offering the such goods or services at lower price as compared to the competitor. So this is what I have explained here. The main objective is to attract the customer and gain the market share by offering the price lower than the competitors. This helps the business enter and establish itself in the market quickly. Obviously, our aim is to if our aim is to gain market share, so this is the best strategy to capture the market very quickly and also attract the customer. Now, where this strategy will be suitable? This strategy will be suitable where demand is in the market is price sensitive, elastic. Means if we are reducing the price, the customer will react, and the product has a long life cycle. So if we are charging the lower selling price, we still have enough time to make our product profitable, right? There are many competitors in the market. So if there is many competitors, we need to reduce the price so that customer will attract towards our product and services, right? The product is not highly unique or differentiated, okay, and company want to discourage the new competitor from entering the market. So this is the situation where market penetration will be the suitable. Whereas on the other hand, the question also mentioned about the market skimming strategy. And what is this strategy? It involves charging the higher selling price initially, and whereas targeting the low sales volume. So the main purpose of charging higher selling price is to earn the high profit margin from the customer who are willing to pay more. And why they are willing to pay more? Because the product is very unique, and we have done lots of research and development to produce the innovative product. And over the time, the company will reduce the price. Our price are gradually reduced as a competitor enter the market. So if the competitor in the future will come with a similar kind of product, we definitely need to reduce the price. Now this strategy will work well when demand is less price sensitive, that is the inelastic, and the product has a short life cycle. That means in the short period we need to take it out. Whatever the cost has involved in manufacturing this product, we need to recover it very soon. And how can we recover? By charging the higher selling price, okay. And where there is high R&D cost involved, this strategy will also be suitable. Now next is the product is unique, branded or differentiated, and company has a patent or a strong barrier to entry. So this is a condition or situation where market skimming strategy will be suitable. So this is about the discussion part. Now question asks you to recommend, right? For recommendation, I have also added few more lines. So in the case of TR company, the new product, that is the anti-malaria, appears to be highly suitable for the market skimming strategy. Why? Because the product is unique. Significant amount was spent on R&D. The question it is mentioned in the scenario. Somewhere it has been mentioned, okay. And the company hold a patent for this product so that nobody or the competitor can produce the similar kind one. and there is currently limited competitor in the market. So based on these above factor, TR companies should adopt market skimming strategy, and this would allow company to charge a premium price and earn a strong profit margin while competition remains limited. As competition increase in the future, company can reduce the price and then to remain the competitive in the market. So this is how you can approach for the part B, discussion and recommendation part. So I hope this video is useful. In case of any confusion, you can ask me on any of my social media ID. The link of the same has been in the bio of YouTube channel. Also, you can ask your doubt in comment section as well. Definitely I will try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. So I hope you have enjoyed while solving this question, and if you need this Excel sheet, I can share this as well. So thank you so much guys for watching the video. Have a good day.